Suddenly see their hand slide underneath the stall, beckoning for something. Don't understand what it wants, so I simply squat over it and drop a hot, steamy log.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
Hello friends and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise swearsies, it's just a fact. And it's totally signs. Go ahead, look it up. Thanks so much. I'm going back in for a little bit more of that 4chan green text. I'm a little scarred from Wiener Inspection Day, but that video is still public on my Patreon if you would like to see it. Did cause me to get a channel community striker or something like that, but it was just a warning, so everything's fine. However, on this one, yeah, I might go a little easy on the gas. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes, so let's get on into it. Be me, alcoholic, buying 12-pack from Walgreens for the second time tonight. Same cashier as last time. Embarrassed to have someone see how much I drink. Decide to break the ice by saying, well, this is embarrassing. Cashier says, what's that? I realize that he might not actually remember me from a few hours ago. Say nothing for the rest of the transaction. What do you guys think? Did he not remember me, or was he just being polite? Let me tell you something. As somebody who's worked customer service, the second you walk out those doors, you cease to exist again. You walk back in, you're still a completely new person to me. I can't invest mental energy in keeping track of what people buy. This is your own damage, OP, that you gotta deal with, okay? Pirate game. Company loses $60. Delete game. Company receives back $60. Pirate game 1 million times. Company loses 60 million and declares bankruptcy. Buy company for a few dollars and become CEO. Delete all the pirated copies. 60 million deposited in my account. Suddenly, CEO of my own game company with millions to make my dream game. Yeah, that's how it works, Pepe. Life is just that easy, according to 4chan. Mother got extremely sick on Christmas. She gets hospitalized. Doctors tell us she'll be here until January 2nd. Well, yeah, what happens on January 2nd? She moving somewhere? Or, oh, she's going to heaven. I take care of my mother, and I have to stay at the hospital every night taking care of her. Tell my girlfriend I have to cancel our plans for a New Year's party at a friend's house because I'll be staying with my mom. She tells me that she's still gonna go without me. I think to myself, well, I don't want my girlfriend to have a crappy New Year, so it's okay. Later today, best bro calls me. Hey buddy, I heard you're staying at the hospital for New Year's. I canceled my plans and we'll bring you food to the hospital so we can celebrate. And this is why, bros before hoes, every single time.
Your bros are always there for you. They have got your back after your hoe rips your heart out.
There's a lot of fine-looking women in the world, OP. Not all of them will bring you lasagna at work. Be me, 18 years old, senior in high school, go to required gym class, enter locker room. The lock on my locker is missing. Open locker. I am greeted by a massive black silicone dong, and it hits me across the face. Decide to go home for the rest of the day and sleep. I can't do this anymore. Yeah, high school's hell. We all got through it. You're gonna be fine. Less than a year left. Hang in there, buddy. Buy game. Full game on disc/cartridge. No updates, no downloadable content, no online functionality. Fully fleshed out single-player mode with tons of content. Tons of random unlockables, bonus sections and levels, a whole ass built-in split-screen mode with mini-games, just in case your siblings want to play. The best part? It's actually fun. Is it though? I don't know if those N64 games hold up as well as you think that they do. There's some merit. I'll go back and visit some Banjo-Kazooie. But I don't know, to me, you seem to be overselling it just a little bit. Target bathroom, because surprise poop. Drop multiple logs and don't feel close to finished. Stall next to me seems to be having similar troubles. Or at least, that's what all those grunting, panting, and leg spasms are telling me. Suddenly see their hand slide underneath the stall, beckoning for something. Don't understand what it wants, so I simply squat over it and drop a hot, steamy log.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
What the fuck? He flips out, shaking and banging on the walls like he's having a seizure. Won't stop screaming. Also, he finally kicks his stall door open and runs off like he found a ghost. The pooping ghost. The bathroom bandit. My face went still. It wasn't until I got home did I realize that he was beckoning for another roll of toilet paper. Good God, I am so freaking dumb. Yeah, sorta. But it makes for a hell of a story, doesn't it? For you and that guy. He regretted it in the moment, but he remembers you. Many years later, he'll remember. It occurs to me that you guys might not have heard the Pooping Bandit story. I don't think I've read it on the channel. But it stuck with me in part for at least the last decade, so let's read it right now. All right, I got a few stories. B grade 10, mid-year. Uncle is the school principal. One of my homeroom teachers doesn't like that. Thinks I get away with things too easy. Just a regular student, living the student life. Teacher gives me a hard time in his class. Calls me a little shit half the time. Get mad, decide to ruin his day. Devise plan that I didn't know would grow into something more epic over the years. One day, first morning break time, run over to dickhead teacher's class. No one in there. Pull down pants and hover my butt over his luxury teacher's chair. Yeah, I'm sure that's a thing. Release the Kraken! Epic 10-inch turd. Push his chair back into the desk. Bell rings. Conveniently have his class next. Students take their seats. Teacher has no idea. Gives a 10-minute lecture before sitting down. He pulls out his chair without looking. Dude, he didn't smell it the whole 10 minutes. He sits. His eyes widen and he jumps up. Turns around. There is shit all over his pants. Class laughs. Teacher runs out the door. Class laughs for basically the whole rest of the day. Don't see that teacher for the rest of the day. Next day, back in his class. Teacher sitting there, waiting for everyone to get in. I don't know who this pooping bandit is, but whoever you are, I'm gonna make sure you're expelled! Class laughs. Teacher yells and hands out a surprise test. My face when no one knew I did it. My face when I felt proud being called the pooping bandit. My face when I now have a secret reputation. My face when I start devising my new plan. More? It only gets more epic from here. I love 10 years ago. Everything was epic with bacon on it. 2 weeks after the first crap pants incident, the talk about it is starting to die down now. That teacher jerk is still treating me like crap, so I learn his routine. Notice he leaves his coffee cup on his desk during lunch. Bad move, teach. Lunch break commences. Sneak over to his class. Cup is there, as predicted. Coast is clear. Jimmy the door open. No one around. Pooping bandit instincts take over. Hold the cup against my cornhole. I've been saving this one for 2 days. Managed to squeeze out 3 4 to 5 inch babies with a pinch of a rosebud on top. Wow. Perfectly arranged. What if it had been another 10-inch monster? You have to smush it down into the cup. Set the cup on the table. Surprisingly, it looks almost like a bouquet of poop. Clean myself up and leave class. Camp out in my next class, conveniently across from that teacher's class. Students come back in droves. Start hearing laughter next door. Students yelling in the hallway. The pooping bandit! The pooping bandit struck again! Students from the hallway start piling up in that teacher's class to see my masterpiece. Big-faced teacher finally shows up, sees my still warm bouquet, and he loses his mind. Storms out of the school. Janitor comes by shortly to collect my artwork. People start trying to figure out the identity of the notorious pooping bandit. Start to think of where I'll strike next. More? Yeah, more. Why not? 1 month after my lovely gift. Last week of school before summer. Students start talking about the pooping bandit like he's a hero. Feels good, man. .jpg. Sitting quietly in class, Beta Kid hands me a note. If you are the pooping bandit, could you do? And then he explains his bully problem. I tell him that I'm not the bandit. Little does he know, I heard the call for justice. Not the hero we deserve, but definitely the hero we need. I case the beta's situation, find said bully's locker, go back after school when it's quiet. Pooping bandit mode activated. Jimmy his locker open, release my justice dispenser into a plastic bag. Smear justice all over his locker and belongings. Leave a sticky note on justice covered door. Try not to be an asshole next year. With very warm regards, the pooping bandit. Clean up and leave the school. Next day, locker clean out happens, cause last day of school. Hear gossip about my form of justice. Teachers laugh, students laugh harder. Bully leaves the school and is not seen all summer. Janitor comes by to clean out his locker with a hose. Janitor also laughing to himself the whole time. Beta kid telling everyone about his role. That was the day the pooping bandit became a beacon of justice. We're making big moves. You gotta carve your niche into the world. Make a name for yourself. Not the way I'd have chosen to do it, but still proud. Grade 11 only gets more epic from here. Grade 11, starting day. Go to school orientation, get introduced to new faculty. Principal, my uncle, brings up the pooping bandit incidents. If you're in the crowd, please stop this behavior. You'll be yada yada blah blah blah. Pooping bandit is not afraid. Feel challenged by my uncle. Realize pooping bandit has no uncle. Principal in my sights. Yeah, leave family out of this. That afternoon, break time. Go over to the principal's office. Jackpot, no one's in there. Hop on the desk. Release justice pellets. Well, I wasn't planning on this today. I break up my nuggets with a ruler. Dude, that's... Now we've gone a step too far, haven't we? Imagine you get caught in the middle of playing with your poop on top of the principal's desk. Just do it! Get out of there! Pull out a toothpick that I carry around. Well, my suspension of disbelief has just snapped completely. I plant it into the neat little pile I made and attach a sticky note. I'm not afraid. Challenge accepted. Warm regards, the pooping bandit. Clean myself and leave through the window because of too many people out the door. Next morning over the intercom, there was an incident in my office yesterday. Tells the school that there will be a reward for any info related to the incident. My face when things are just getting started. No, pooping bandit, no! You've got mad with power! Mad, I tell you! Week after principal incident, be at pep rally in the gym, jocks on the microphone, starts mentioning the pooping bandit. Say that they have him, the gym doors bust open. Guy wearing nothing but a black cape, bandana mask, tight shorts, and rubber boots runs in. Crowd goes crazy, cheering. The jocks start bad-mouthing the bandit, and the bandit gets chased away. At this point, I realized the jocks are asking for it. Devise plan. Another week after that pep rally, find out who the fake pooping bandit was. He's in with the jocks. Acquire 4 sacks of horse justice outside of town. Go back into school during the cover of night. Break into the jocks' changing room. Let loose 1 bag of justice all over the shower area and turn on the showers. Use the other 3 justice-filled bags for the lockers. Distribute them evenly. Find Mock Bandit's locker. And now for the best part. Stick my butt in the locker and justice everywhere. Leave it open and put my note. That was quite the flattering display at the rally. Don't let it happen again. With very warm regards, the pooping bandit. The whole thing took about 3 hours to accomplish, clean myself, and leave. Horse poop is way easier to deal with than human poop. But yeah, you're only one man. How can you make enough poop to fill up that many lockers? I see where you're coming from, OP. The next day, get a phone call from my friend. The fucking bandit got the jocks! Find out that the school got closed due to extreme vandalism. The pooping bandit reaches legendary status in the school at this point. Things start to get more challenging from here. Oh yeah, they're out to get you. 3 weeks after the jocks incident. At this point, everyone is suspecting everyone else. Police come to the school to question suspects. I never get called or noticed while they're there. Principal offers another reward. One student says he knows my identity. He heads to the principal's office and isn't heard from for the rest of the day. I start to hear that student confessed to my crimes. Gets a 1-month suspension. My face went, feel bad for the guy. Go to his house in the dead of night. Slip note through the mail slot for him. You've done me a great service. You get one favor. With warm regards, the PB. Start walking down the road. Hear a voice from his house. If you're there, hit that bitch Ashley. Little shocked at how fast he responded, but okay. I work his case. Find out he's going through a bad breakup with said girl. Basic, she cheated, blah, blah, blah. So 1 week later, have bucket. I've been shitting in all week in the backyard. At what point does this become a compulsion? At first it was slightly funny, now it's quickly turning into a disorder. I take the bucket over to Ashley's place during the night. Take paintbrush. Picasso mode activated. Cover 2 sides of her house in art. Notice one of the windows open on the 2nd floor. Oh fuck yeah, that's her room. Put on some rubber gloves and start making a ball with the rest of my paint. Compacted as dense as I can. Lob my paint poop ball. Success. Gather my supplies and leave. Was she just like not in the room at the time? You probably would have noticed that pretty instantly. Next day, hear that the pooping bandit hit Ashley's house. Overhear her best friend saying that a shit ball landed on the bed and rolled onto the floor. Lol internally. Fall Guy wasn't seen in the school for the rest of the year. I have lots of pooping bandit tales up until last year. Almost got caught. But for now, I think I'll stop right there and continue the saga another day if I am summoned once again. Pooping Bandit, away! Oh, come on, Pooping Bandit, one more for the road? He's like, all right, I'll do it for you, ReddX. Thank you. 2 weeks after Ashley incident, start hearing bad stories of Fall Guy. Expelled, charged, possible jail time. Start feeling bad. Devise a half-assed plan to clear his name. Overhear students talking about how sick and crazy Fall Guy is. Start to feel really bad. Plan can wait. Name needs clearing now. So I throw the plan out the window. After school, Pooping Bandit mode activate. Sneak over to the principal's office again. No one there. Tip the filing cabinets over. Bad mistake. Notice there's a ceiling fan. Pooping Bandit instincts take over. Hop up on cabinet. Poop into a glove that I had. Plop 3 magnificent turds on the blades of said fan. Climb down and leave a note. Someone's taking credit for my work. Very naughty. Warm regards, the Pooping Bandit. Mid cleanup, I hear footsteps. Oh shit, oh god, oh hell. Pull up my hoodie and Kenny my face. See window. Door flies open. It's the principal. Back for something. Look of horror on his face. I'm perched halfway out the window. Principal turns on the fan/light switch. Shit flies. Chideo, my dear chum. Jump out and run my ass into the woods. Next day, sketches of the Pooping Bandit everywhere. Still never caught. Still definitely a compulsion and a deep mental illness, but, you know, for the funsies, I guess. This story hits a lot stranger reading it after a full decade, but I do think it will continue to stick with me for better or for worse, and now it'll stick with you too. You're welcome. Anti-aliasing none. Resolution 480p. Textures low. Shadows off. Render distance minimal. Mods installed to make game look even worse and remove grass and trees. FPS 4 to 9. CPU overheating. Now let's play. I mean, you gotta get your gaming in where you can get your gaming in, you know? We make do with what we have. That's the real Chad move. Stop thirsting after that gaming PC with the RGB lights. You play text-based RPG on an Acer notebook and learn to love it. You kids don't know. With your Minecraft and your endless modifications. Why, back in my day, all we had was marbles and tiddlywinks, and we loved it. Be me. 18 years old, walking home from work at Wendy's since my car broke down. Say goodbye to my crush, who I just asked out. She's the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Going down a sketchy neighborhood, large, ripped African man comes up to me and asks me for some cash. Threatens me, saying I better give him some. It's dark. I'm scared as hell. He says, he's just fucking with me, and laughs and tells me to stay safe. Good prank. I laugh and start walking faster. Get home relieved. Dad gets angry at me for coming home late, smells the smoke on my breath, and he beats the living crap out of me. I'm bleeding in 3 different places. He then beats my mom too for giving birth to me. What is this? Just then, a window to my house breaks open. It's the guy who threatened to rob me as a joke. He says, ain't no one gonna beat that cute boy. He rips off his pants and exposes his massive dong. He slaps my dad with it rapidly. Pow, pow, pow. Dad passes out. My mom and I cheer as the man picks us up in each arm. He takes us to the 24-hour diner, says he's gonna be our new dad, then asks my mom if he can have hot, consensual, intimate times with her. They bang it out rapidly, and my mom gives birth the next day to another man, roughly my age.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
True story, I was that man. He makes out with me. Wait, no, I wasn't. I wake up, face is bruised. Turns out the black man never broke in and saved my family. Dad comes in apologizing for the other night, saying that he's gonna stop drinking. Crush texts me for some reason. I have no more feelings for her. Am I, like, gay now? Well, sexuality is really more of a spectrum, Anon. But yes, you did slide a little more towards the gay end today. He's just looking for a new dad. Who wouldn't be? Be me. In health class, teacher says we're gonna start the sex ed unit. My face when my name is Ed. Later, virgins. I hate this fucking website so goddamn much. And yet we all come back. Month after month, year after year. Let's go check in on how the shit posters are doing. Nothing ever changes. Be me. Working for a small studio on a mildly anticipated sequel for a game, putting in tons of hard work every day. The closing stretch is coming. Some random guy on 4chan makes a fake leak post and accurately predicts every single detail about the game and the entire story. Claims that he's working the job that I'm working. I begged for my boss to believe me, but he won't, and he fires me. Game goes to shit. Anon was the fake leaker the entire time. He has regrets about what he did, but he's not willing to own up to it quite yet. Boss made the right call. All your computer activities recorded, son. You think we let you browse 4chan at work for free? Nah, we're trying to keep tabs on you. Be me. High school. Don't know shit in class. Decide to download an app to cheat. The app takes me to a YouTube channel where a guy tells me answers and explains how to do the problem so I can pass the tests. I use this to get through high school. Did anyone else cheat like this? Bro, what the hell are you on about? You literally just learned, but like, with extra steps? Yes, that's the joke. Be me, 15 years old, watching the popular tech reviewer, Review Tech USA. Tell my mom it's to help me in school. One day, mom walks in. Rich is rubbing his nipples and playing with pretend birds and cucumbers. Mom grounds me, but not fast enough for me to find my true sexuality. Thank you, Review Tech USA. Review Tech USA is a really sad channel when you look at it. It's like you can see this man dying in real time. I'm sure his health is failing in a lot of ways. He's got the money to take care of it, but probably you'd live longer if, like, I don't know, man, go for a run or something. Let's not do the computer thing all day, maybe. That's big talk coming from me, but I do go for walks, okay? Be me. In the early 2010s, leave school to go to my friend's dealer's house. Have to pretend to hang out with him and his brother, so it wasn't obvious that my friend was just buying stuff, because dealer's parents still lived with them. His brother's playing some adult anime game with tons of boob and minimal gameplay on his PC. Asks the dealer why his bro's playing that weird-ass game. Brother turns around and in a stuttery voice says, I only play the good games. I tell him, the gameplay looks crap. It's basically just porn. He says, games are only good if you can masturbate to them. And he stops responding to me. Dealer says that, well, he's just kind of mentally ill and they're forced to share a room. Is he right? Are games only good if you can jerk it to them?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
I think we missed the point of this story. We can't turn around, can't try to go pick it up, we can't stop here. This is Bat Country! Enter bathroom, check every single stall, nothing of interest. Enter stall, grab toilet, throw it at someone, watch them jib from acidic shit gas. Enter bathroom, health items in the urinals. Enter male bathrooms. It doesn't have urinals. No urinals. Ugh. 2 out of 10. Completely unplayable. Be me in high school. Have a female friend who I crush on. Never able to ask her out. Really horned up one night, and she's texting me and jokes about sending me some nudes. Ends up faking out and laughing about how she probably blue-balled me. Says that she's going to bed. I need to get off so bad. Decide to go into the bathroom and take my pants off. Angle my camera at my beehole and get a photo where it kind of looks similar to someone else's ass, maybe. We have a similar skin tone, so this might work. Photoshop the picture of my butt into a photo of her text as if she had sent a picture of her butt. Start the process, blow my load, pretend that I complimented her ass. To this day, I cannot get over this experience. That girl is married with 2 kids now. I can't believe I stroked it to my own butt. That is terrifying. Not the worst thing I've ever seen, fortunately. Not a terminal case, at least not in high school, but how's your life going these days, Anon? Everything outside of that just fine? Be me, 19 years old, playing Infamous 2. Suddenly, get all horned up. Here we go again. Try bust a quickie. Last 5 seconds. My load shoots really far. Farther than I ever shot, and it hits my PS3. Dad walks in, starts talking to me. He sees my PlayStation and gets nervous. Not saying anything about it. Get a call 15-ish minutes later, and he apologizes for getting nut on my PS3 after he and Mom did it on my bed while I was out of town. Fast forward 2 weeks, and I'm moving out! Friendly reminder that you should nut on your PS3. It's better that you know the truth now, isn't it? And when were you out of town? How fresh did he think this was? I think this is all just part of Anon's fever dream. He's like, yeah, I totally got my own place, hooked up with a bunch of hot chicks, but really he's still just sitting in their basement playing the PS3. The yellow line is the size of SeaWorld's parking lot. The green dot is where orcas will spend their entire lives. Wow, I'm extra depressed now. Anon says the orcas are like me, for real. Well, that's true, except no one goes to see you, Anon. I mean, they would probably if they knew he existed. Basement-dwelling neckbeards really are just a fascinating species with their own rituals and cultures. As a matter of fact, here in ReddX Industries, we attached some two-way mirrors into some of the cells, just so that we could do some more active observation. And yes, we're learning new things every day. If they cooperate with the researchers, they get to go float in the orca tank. The SeaWorld visitors can't tell the difference. Be me, 18 years old, just about graduated from high school. I'm the wholesome kid at my high school. Everyone thinks I'm homo with how I talk. They call me SpongeBob. I don't mind the occasional bullying. It never gets too bad. Make friends with a dude who's just like me. People think we're twins. I'll call him Tim. One day this guy Brad comes up to us. He's a jerk. Calls us a bunch of different slurs thinking that we're gay. We don't get offended, but we do get a brilliant idea. Brad has to leave class early. He goes to the locker room, but Tim and I beat him there. We get in the showers butt naked and start washing each other. Yes, all part of some elaborate prank, I'm sure. Brad gets to the shower and witnesses Tim stroking me, while Tim and I look him straight in the eyes. Tim says, "You're next if you want," in the most fruity voice ever. Brad stands there shocked and walks away. He never speaks to either of us again. Tim and I never touched each other again either. 4 years have passed. Tim is getting married this Friday to a girl from our graduating class, and I'm his best man. Oh, I'm sure you are. That is some type of commitment to a bit. That's all I'll say about it. At a hotel, living off heavy meat and fat diet. Farts are outrageous. Seriously, they would strip the makeup off a clown. Good idea. Fart in bed all night. Don't waft blanket at all. In the morning, I shifted out of bed without disturbing that natural pocket of air. Came back today. The blanket and sheet were flipped back, new towels were just dropped on the corner of the bed, and nothing else had been done. I think the maid got a full dose of my fart and abandoned ship. Sleeper Dutch ovens are real. I mean, yeah, if you could slide out of bed without disturbing the air pocket, what'd you do, turn into a shadow? You also had the choice to, change your diet, but he's not going to. He likes the farts secretly. If you ask him, he won't tell you, but secretly he does. Be me. Elementary school. Been addicted to Resident Evil 4. Think Leon Kennedy is fucking awesome. Love kicking the village people in the game. One day at the playground, I'm getting bullied. I'm up on the playground platform, and he and his friends are down below. He calls my mom a whore. I didn't even know what that meant. Without thinking, I laugh and kick him in the face as hard as I can. His tooth pops out and he falls into the wood chips, crying like a little bitch. He bitch made. His friends laugh at him for crying. My face went. I mean, that's just called standing up for yourself. Video games have taught me a lot. Now I know that potatoes only grow in the spring. Thanks, Stardew Valley. Be me at 9 years old. Baseball game. I'm up to bat. Bases loaded. Our team is down 3-0. I swing as hard as I can, and the ball goes flying. My coach starts yelling at me to run. I'm so excited about my hit that I throw my bat. It hits him right in the thigh, connecting with his left ball. Just the one. He ends up on the ground screaming. Fast forward 14 years later, I'm working at a sit-down pizza restaurant / bar. I see my old baseball coach at the bar, and I go up to him excited. He sees me and laughs, tells all his friends while laughing, "This is the kid that hit me in the nuts with a baseball bat by accident." His friends laugh, I laugh. I do hope that your balls are doing well, coach. If you ever need someone to empty them, I'm right here. It was so close to being a wholesome, normal post. Why must you be like this, Anon? Stop it! Zelda movie trailer prediction. Oh boy, oh god. It's gonna be a disaster. Nintendo and Sony presents How You Like Me Now by the Heavy starts playing. Giant grass field with camera panning over. Deep voice narration. In the magical world of Hyrule, something's gone wrong. Link, who's played by Michael Cera, wakes up and yawns for about 10 seconds. The forest people are urged to have a meeting, and a knight from Hyrule Castle says, "Our Princess Zelda's been kidnapped. We need a warrior from each tribe worthy to save her." The trial is pulling a sword from a stone. Link, who's still half asleep, pulls it out, breaking part of the sword, and says, uh-oh. Training sequence, where Link, a Goron who's played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Azora, played by Thomas Brody Sangster, have to run through an ancient fire temple, solving all the puzzles. Whoa, it's just like the Da Vinci Code, but with more swords and magic. Cut to a scene of a room filled with jars. Link says, "I gotta smash them," as it cuts to the Goron and Zora looking at each other in silence while you hear the shattering of pots. I don't know if we'll ever get that. That's way too close to the video game roots. If they do a Zelda movie, I hope it's like that Mario movie from the 80s, where it's just like you don't know what the fuck is what. Things just have the same name but don't resemble each other at all. I would love it. cut to Zelda, who's played by Saoirse Ronan, as she's kicking Ganondorf, who's played by Jim Carrey's ass, and she gets caged by one of his minions, played by Keegan-Michael Key. Multiple different cuts with Link, the Goron, and Zora as they cross the land of Hyrule. Cut to them in a cave, and Link swings his sword at an enemy, making a loud "Hee-yah" sound. Zora says, "Get on, Link!" and lets Link ride him across Lake Hylia like he's David Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie. Goron eats a rock and then lets out a giant fart before the screen cuts to 2025. Trailer ends with Link saying, "Why is my hand glowing? Why is my hand glowing?" You can't be serious with this. It's like the worst thing I ever read. None of this is gonna happen. Is that you, Anon? The doc says that it doesn't look good. He said it's gonna cost $49.99 for the medicine. Wait a minute, that's exactly how much the Fallout 4 TM Season Pass TM costs. Do you think you could help save my life and buy it? Oh, poor Todd. He's fallen on some rough times, can't you see? I better go buy Skyrim again for my smart fridge. Don't worry, Todd. The money's on its way, buddy. Mom's sad because the husband of one of her friends ended himself. I don't get it. He had a family and was so happy. If you ended yourself, Anon, I'd understand, but I don't understand why he did it. My face went, thanks, Mom. Yeah, roll that Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Be me! We're outside drinking with friends. Not really feeling the vibe tonight. Without going into details, I'll just say that I had kind of a crap day. There's this Chinese restaurant that I always order from. I'm a regular there. I go in and order the same meal that I've ordered for over a year. I always tip a few bucks extra since it looks like they need a few extra bucks. As a result, I get extra rice and fortune cookies. This time they notice that I was down. I hear the Chinese chef say something in Chinese. After a while, I get my meal, but this time I also get my money back. They say in broken English, "Today, meal is free. You happy man." Makes me feel better. I will now always order from these people. Made my night much better. One free meal, and he'll buy there for the rest of his life. Let's keep that in mind, corporate America. They won't. They really won't. Be me, listening to music and trying to play some vidya. Housemate is upstairs on his PC. Housemate is notorious for screaming and raging at vidya, is screaming at his game so loud that I can hear him through my headphones. Idea.png, go into the router settings and block his connection. After a minute, reestablish it. Wait a few minutes and listen for more raging. Repeat, but for longer. Goes on for about 40 minutes before he gives up. Peace. Another Anon tries to help. Handy hints. Hey, buy keyboard duster and leave it visible. Hopefully he'd see it and huff it and start getting addicted to it. And then he dies. And then no more stupid roommate. Post housemate wanted ad. Like, probably 25% of this will work. Yeah, it's not a fully baked plan, is it? But hey, worst comes to worst, at least you got some keyboard duster. Not for huffing, you animal, for cleaning your keyboard. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay, moving on. Nice little story today. One to end on. One for the road, like I said. Be me, Alaskan. Family of foxes live in my front yard. They're pretty cute, and they take care of the mice and squirrels, so we just kind of let them live there. Went to the gym, but basically didn't leave the house. Kind of just sat around playing vidya. 10:30 p.m. No food in the fridge or the freezer. Okay, I'll go to Taco Bell. Get food, drive home. Feeling kind of empty. Driving up towards my house, 3 of the foxes are out on the side of the street. Little 12-year-old girl and her mom by the road taking pictures of the foxes. The look on the girl's face was priceless. She had clearly never seen a fox before, especially this close up. They were like 20 feet away. Our foxes are just quite used to seeing humans. Just seeing how happy this random kid was made my whole week. Happiness really is quite contagious. If that kid's reading this, I hope you got some good pictures. And if that kid's reading this, get the hell off of 4chan. What are you doing? Go out there, continue enjoying life with the foxes and the birds. Run from this place and never return! But I know I'll end up returning at some point. If you need more green text, that playlist link on the end card. Click on through. I know you'll enjoy. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it. And I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye. Go ahead and cut them open. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.